take this class. Okay, afternoon all of students and Pak Irham here. And we start to presentate your task all of this semester. Okay, take it, moderator.
Good morning and greetings for all of us. The Honorable Mr. Al-Kafi Masrega MSc and Mr. Ilham Ramadhani as a lecturer in the Information Technology and Data Literacy course and all fellow students. Previously, I would like to introduce myself. I am Eminenta Angelina Tasha Plawi as moderator, Siti Amalia as the note taker, and Deborah Milda as the presenter. As for the topic of this presentation is first routine task. The series presentation this time is a presentation from Sister Deborah, followed by a question and answer session, and the last is conclusion by Siti. For Sister Deborah, please take your time and place.
Good morning, sir and my friend. My name is Deborah Milda. I want to presentation about first routine tasks about operating system and application customization. First, BIOS. BIOS, Basic Input-Output System, is a piece of software that contains a set of instructions that control some of the hardware on your computer every time you turn it on. Some of the most popular and much used type of BIOS: first, AMI BIOS, Award BIOS, Phoenix BIOS, and IBM BIOS. Use of the BIOS. The use of the BIOS is to provide instruction known as power on self-test, which is a command to initialize and identify system device such as CPU, random access memory, video card, keyboard and mouse, hard disk drive, optical, CD or DVD, and other hardware when the computer starts to boot. How processor work? How the processor work is to run a set of machine instructions that tell the processor what to do based on those instructions. The processor does three basic things including: first, using the ALU, arithmetic logic unit. Second, move data from one memory location to another. Third, make a decision and jump to other instruction according to the decision. Types of operating system. First, Microsoft Windows. Applications that work on Windows operating system are Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Excel. Next, Linux. Applications that work on the Linux operating system are Eclipse, Brackets, CloudMail, and Firefox. Difference of search engine and browser. Search engine. Search engine is a program that is used to find information based on the word we type keyword in the search box of the search engine. Example of search engine: Google Search, Yahoo Search, and MSN Search. Browser. Browser, Internet Explorer application, which is defined as an Internet Explorer, is a software program or also known as an application, which is must be installed on a computer or smartphone tablet device. The browser is used to display web pages. Example of browser types: Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and Safari. Computer terminology. DOS is an operating system that is used to manage all the resources on a computer. The function of the DOS is include the following: to control or organize computer activity, to manage the process of input and output data on the computer, to manage computer memory, and to manage file and directories. CLE stands for Command Line Interface. The CLE is a program that allows users to type text commands that instruct the computer to perform certain tasks. CLE functions as means of increasing between computer user and computer program, in which user issue command to program in the form of sequential lines of text. APA 6th edition citation. Prepreg or document, template, author, year, title of fact, and retrieved from. Example, John P. 2020, How the Processor Works, retrieved from http://john.blogspot. From the citation, John 2020. From image, template, photographer, copyright, title of photograph, retrieved from, for the example, Zemlya, 90 and 97, Russian President Boris Yeltsin dancing at a rock concert, retrieved from http://www.putlizer.org. From the citation, Zemlya, 90 and 97. APA 7 edition citation. From Blogspot, for the example, Flower 20 and 50, how simple formula for resolving problem and conflict can change your reality. Pick the brain, http://www. From the citation, Flower 20 and 15. From electronic book, example, Actus T. 2000, The Developmental Social Psychology of Gender, Lawrence L. Brown, Associates, from http://lib.ugm.ac. Citation Actus 2000. This is presentation for me. Thank you for your attendance.
Okay, thank you for Sister Deborah for her great presentation. Then we will enter the question and answer session, which is open for 7 minutes. And to the participants, please state your names and question, please.
Actually, this is the bilingual class. Okay, you may also make questions in English or in Bahasa. Okay, not the problem but the language.
Oke, sir. Untuk teman-teman, jika ada pertanyaan, mohon ditanyakan.
I want to ask Deborah, how does a disk operating system work? Thank you.
Terima kasih kepada Asia untuk atas pertanyaannya. Mohon berikan kepada saudari Deborah untuk menjawab pertanyaan dari Asia.
What's the problem? We lost Deborah.
Saya akan menjawab.
Entah.
Ya, Pak.
Ada masalah dengan Deborah?
Tidak, Pak. Saya
Okay.
akan
May I answer? May you answer?
saya akan menjawab pertanyaan dari Askia. How does a DISC operating system? Bagaimana cara kerja sistem operasi DISC? When a computer is powered on, it goes through various steps called the boot process. For a computer running a DISC operating system, the following 6 steps are standard. Jadi saat komputer dinyalakan, komputer melewati berbagai langkah yang disebut proses boot. Untuk komputer yang menjalankan sistem operasi DISC, 6 langkah disebut standar, yaitu first, the read-only memory. Bootstrap loader reads the master boot record and passes control over to it. Yang pertama, bootstrap loader membaca master boot record dan memberikan kontrol ke sana. 2. The boot record loads the DISC operating system into memory and it takes control of the machine. Catatan boot memuat sistem operasi DISC ke dalam memori dan mengambil kendali mesin. Yang ketiga, the computer provides various application programming interface for program like character input, output, memory management, program loading, and termination, as well as handling input from the user through a keyboard. Komputer mentransfer data yang disimpan pada disk magnetik ke memori utamanya, memori akses diacak. For the OS also provides file management that organizes, read, and writes file on strong. The files are organized in a hierarchical structure of directories, subdirectories, and file. Sistem operasi juga menyediakan manajemen file yang mengatur, membaca, dan menulis file di penyimpanan. File diatur dalam struktur, hierarki, direktori, subdirectory, dan file. A DISC operating system does not have a graphical user interface. Its interface is character-based, so user must type command in the command line to indicate what action they want. Sistem operasi tidak memiliki antarmuka pengguna grafis. Antarmukanya berbasis karakter. Jadi pengguna harus mengetikkan perintah di baris perintah untuk menunjukkan tindakan apa yang mereka inginkan. Bagaimana dengan jawabannya, Askia?
Thank you, Deborah. Dari jawaban yang Deborah berikan, saya mengerti langkah-langkahnya, tetapi karena ada kendala dengan bahasa Inggris sedikit, jadi saya akan memahami.
Baik, karena sesi tanya jawab telah berakhir, untuk teman-teman yang jika ada pertanyaan, mohon nanti diketikkan di LMS. Kemudian untuk sesi selanjutnya, sebagai tulis, sebagai not tulis, mohon berikan conclusion atau kesimpulan.
Okay, Meninta, thank you for giving me a chance. So, the data that I have recorded as a note taker, data yang telah saya simpulkan sebagai notulen, berapa? Yang pertama itu adalah waktu yang digunakan penyaji untuk memaparkan materinya sudah pas, sekitar 7 menit. Yang kedua, jumlah partisipan kita yang sedang bergabung di Zoom meeting ini berkisar 20 dengan 2 detik. Kemudian yang ketiga, pada sesi tanya jawab, ada satu pertanyaan dari Askia, yaitu pertanyaannya, does a DISC operating system work? Dan sudah dijawab jelas oleh Deborah. Dan yang terakhir, hasil akhir diskusi kita itu ada BIOS atau output system itu adalah BIOS yang paling populer, di mana ada 4 BIOS populer. Yang pertama AMI BIOS, Howard BIOS, Phoenix BIOS, dan IBM BIOS. Kemudian ada 3 cara bagaimana prosesor bekerja. Yang pertama menggunakan Arithmetic Logic Unit atau ALU. Kemudian memindahkan data dari satu lokasi ke lokasi yang lain. Dan yang ketiga membuat decision dan melompat ke instruksi. Yang terakhir kesimpulan dapat saya simpulkan itu ada 3 tipe dalam operating system. Yang pertama DOS, Windows, dan Linux. Jadi itu saja yang dapat saya simpulkan. I return it to the moderator to close the presentation. Thank you.
Terima kasih atas penjelasan. Kemudian, we have arrived at the end of the presentation. Me as the moderator on behalf of the fans presenting the presentation, want to thank you for all your participation and apologize if there are mistakes. For the next moderator, please take your time and place.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir, and all of my friends. So, right now, I am the moderator. I am Fitri Amalia, who will guide this discussion activities. Well, the material will be presented by Emeninta, where the topic is entitled File Management. Just go straight to the presentation session. I give the presenter 6 minutes. To the presenter, I invite you to start.
Terima kasih atas diskusinya Fitri. Kita akan lanjut ke tugas rutin 2, yaitu dengan topik file management. Well, we must have had it when we work in a hurry, we forget to save our files, or suddenly, when our computer died, we forget to save data. Or the most common thing we do is we forget that the title is the data we store, where, and even we often feel we have never saved our data. Therefore, we need to implement proper file management because we must realize that the data we store is really important. If we don't store our data properly, who else do it? And we certainly have to be responsible if our important data is lost or damaged. Dari hasil penelitian didapat bahwa kesalahan manajemen yang paling sering terjadi. Ada banyak jumlah responden yang mengaku tak lupa menyimpan data ada sebanyak 27%, dan banyak responden yang mengakses data dari jaringan wifi yang tidak aman 9%, banyak responden yang melakukan kesalahan dalam mengkoordinir dan menyimpan nama file ada sebanyak 27%, dan banyak responden yang tidak membuat cadangan penyimpanan sebanyak 36%. Next is understanding file management. File management is an activity related to store, collection, record documentation, calculation, and the like to support the ease of doing business. File management is a method and data structure used by the operating system on a computer to organize files on disk, while the file system is a disk that is used to store various files on the computer in a certain way. File management is one of the basic and important features of operating system. File management is very important for us because at any time it's frequently needed. This is also to make it easier for the person concerned to use it. Next is file management benefits. There are 3 benefits of file management. From the explanation of the notion of the file management, we can understand some of the benefits of file management. There are the benefits of the file management, such as 1. Minimize the risk of losing files. Files on the computer can be accidentally deleted. In many cases, the incident of accidentally deleted these files can be very detrimental. Therefore, use and do the file management method properly so it's not risk harm. 2. Easy file search. Searching for files or data stored on a computer that already looks neat and organized will make it easier to search for files stored on the computer, so it won't take long in the search process. Therefore, do a good and regular file storage in the file store so that it doesn't get scattered. 3. Knowing that unused files. There are times when the saved file is no longer needed. To save storage capacity, we can delete the unused files easily. Unused file on the computer fill the existing memory on the computer. If the file is no longer in use, it can be deleted. Next is file management function and file management goals. File management function. From the explanation of the meaning of the file management, we will also know some of file management functions. They are as follows. First, facilitate the working or mechanism of using files together. Second, easy to create, edit, and delete files. Third, ease of doing backup and recovery to anticipate file loss due to accident or other people's effort to destroy the files. The next is file management goals. There are several goals that effective file management wants to achieve, including first, to meet the needs of data management for user or computer operators. Second, to make sure the data in the file is correct. Third, provide support in the form of input and output of various types of storage device. Next is good and effective file management. There are several good and effective ways of management. A good and effective way of file management actually must be known correctly so that you don't get it wrong in terms of naming and storing files in the operating system on the computer. First is to build a document filling and naming system. It's a good idea to start file management by giving the stored naming format. You have to make sure that you know where to save the correct files. Second, to save data in the same location. File management is the most important thing in storing data or files in the operating system on the computer. Therefore, in saving files, they must be stored in the same location or folder where the aim that the files are stored in the same and not mixed with the other files. 3. Separate and store different types of the files. In managing the file stored must be also appropriate. If the audio with the letter B in a location, it may sound easy. Therefore, separate the files with different format properly. Or use convert files. With the growth and development of business in digital era, short files that already have a larger capacity and, of course, you must use the right file conversion technique using files batch document conversion product. 5. Don't use a frame convert. Free file converts are usually intended for personal needs and, of course, have limited features. If you use it on a larger scale, of course, there will be many problems that arise, such as security, limitation, and setting problems and limited menu options. 6 is use shortcuts. The thing that exists in the operating system is to take advantage of system shortcuts. Using shortcuts will help the process finding and opening files quickly instead of having to create many folders so that it will be inconvenient for users to open files in the operating system. 7. Shared documents. Shared documents will help users in managing files so they are not lost and scattered. 8 is mastering Windows Explorer. Generally, companies use Windows, so here lies the problem. Many people don't master the navigation. That's an effective way of file management so that files that are stored properly are not scattered and lost or accidentally deleted. Therefore, use a most effective way of storing the most important files to reduce the risk of file loss and damage. Thus, understanding the file management function benefits in way of file management and operating system that you must know. Hopefully, this presentation can provide many benefits for you all.
Alright guys, so we have listened to the presentation of the material from the presenter who is very extraordinary, and we have our note taker here, that is which will make a conclusion and the important point of discussion. So we enter the question and answer session. For the first question and answer session, I invite audiences who want to ask questions. The question and answer session is limited to 7 minutes also. So I invite you to read the question and giving your name.
Baik, my name is Nada Zahra. I have a question for Amininda, and my question is, what can the operating system do in file management? So, apa saja yang dapat dilakukan oleh sistem operasi dalam manajemen file? Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for the question, Nabila. Let Emaninta to answer your question.
Oke, terima kasih untuk pertanyaan Nabila. Pertanyaan Nabila tadi, what the operating system can do in the management file. Jadi jawabannya dari presentasi didapat bahwa jawabannya what file management can do is create, copy, manage, delete, cut, edit, and rename file. Apakah Bila nampak namanya?
And I think it's enough for your answer, and thank you for the answer, Amininta.
Ya, welcome Bila.
Baik teman-teman, apakah masih ada yang ingin bertanya? Saya persilakan.
Saya ingin bertanya kepada Emaninta. Pertanyaannya, what is the purpose of the file management system? Thank you.
Terima kasih atas pertanyaannya, Ezra. Let Emaninta to answer your question.
Baik, saya akan menjawab pertanyaan Ezra. Pertanyaan Ezra, what is the purpose of the file management operating system? File management purpose. There are several purposes in effective file management one should keep, including first is to meet the needs of data management for user to computer operators. Second, make sure the data in the file is correct. 3. Provide support in the form of input and output various types of stored device. Fourth, minimize or even eliminate the potential for data loss or data destruction attempts. 5. 6. Provides a set of input and output interface routines. And 6. Provide support in the form of input and output to many users on a multi-user system. Baik, apakah Ezra dapat menerimanya?
I think it's enough. Thank you for your answer, Eminenta.
You are welcome, Ezra.
Okay guys, if you don't have any question anymore, I think this time has been an up. So I would like to thank you all for taking time to listen to the presentation, and I give the chance to Husnul to read the conclusion, please.
Oke, saya sebagai notulen ingin menyampaikan kesimpulan dari presentasi yang disampaikan oleh Meninta, yaitu presentasi yang berjudul File Management. Jadi waktu untuk presentasi Meninta ini sudah tepat ya, dari jam 11:46 sampai 11:53, yaitu 7 menit. Kemudian file management ini adalah suatu kegiatan yang berkaitan dengan penyimpanan, pengumpulan, pencatatan, pemeliharaan, perhitungan, dan sejenisnya untuk mendukung. Kemudian pada sesi tanya jawab tadi ada 2 orang yang bertanya, yaitu Nabila dan Ezra. Pertanyaan Nabila itu, what the operating system can do in file management, and pertanyaan dari Ezra yaitu, what is the purpose of the file management operating system? Dan pertanyaannya tadi sudah dijawab oleh Emeninta secara lengkap dan baik. Mungkin itu saja yang dapat saya sampaikan. Saya kembalikan kepada moderator. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih kepada notulen telah memberikan kesimpulan yang sangat jelas di poin-poin penting. I hope this presentation has given us new insights. Jadi saya harap presentasi ini dapat memberikan wawasan yang baru untuk kita. And thank you for
Okay, all right. Next, good day, sir, and good day, my friend. Next, I, as the moderator, will present this presentation, which will be presented by Fitri Amalia, yaitu tentang data communication. For Fitri Amalia, time and place are welcome. Untuk Amalia, waktu dan tempat dipersilahkan untuk mempresentasikan hanya 7 menit ya.
Okay, thank you Husnul for my moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitri Amalia. So right now I want to presentation about data communication atau komunikasi data. The first is types digital ports atau tipe-tipe jenis-jenis port digital. In general, there are two types of communication ports in a computer. They are serial port and parallel port. Serial ports are ports send and receive data one bit at a time using a single pair of wires, while parallel ports are ports send and receive data multiple bits at a time using multiple wires. Kemudian, send data in series or parallel atau mengirim data secara series atau paralel. Yang pertama, send data in series. When data is sent or received using serial data transmission, the data bits are organized in a specific order, since they can only be sent one after another. Kemudian send data in parallel atau mengirimkan data secara paralel. When data is sent using parallel, multiple data bits are transmitted over multiple channels at the same time. This means that data can be sent much faster than using serial transmission methods. Artinya, data dapat dikirimkan lebih cepat jika menggunakan metode serial data. The next is teknologi wired data transmission atau teknologi data transmisi berkabel. Wired communication data transmission refers to the transmission of data over a wire-based communication. Wired communication is also known as wireless communication. Example of the technology wired data transmission are fiber optics atau serat optik, kemudian telepon lines atau jaringan telepon, kemudian kabel television atau kabel televisi, dan yang terakhir kabel modem atau kabel modem. The next is teknologi wireless data transmission atau teknologi data transmisi tanpa kabel. Wireless data transmission does not use cables to exchange information or data with other computers, but uses electromagnetic waves. Examples of technology wireless data transmission are Bluetooth, GPS, Wi-Fi, dan infrared atau inframerah. The next is teknologi for serial data transmission atau teknologi pada data transmisi serial. Salah satu teknologinya itu adalah USB, di mana USB ini adalah interface yang paling terkenal di industri komputer. This is the port also known as parallel. SATA or Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, which is used to repair hard disk optical diskette readers, is also serial technology. The next is teknologi for parallel data transmission atau teknologi yang digunakan pada data transmisi paralel. Jadi salah satu teknologinya itu ada printer port. This is the port also known as the parallel port. It was used for printers. Awalnya digunakan untuk printer, tapi sekarang sudah jarang digunakan. In the past, hard disk and optical disk readers were connected to pages using PATA or Advanced Technology Attachment. The next is frequency of internet connection atau frekuensi jaringan internet. The higher frequency of internet connection, 5 GHz band makes up for its shorter range, with much faster Wi-Fi speeds than the 2.4 GHz bands. Jadi frekuensi tertinggi internet itu adalah 5 GHz, lebih cepat dari kecepatan Wi-Fi yang hanya 2,4 GHz. Jadi dari gambar di bawah ini dapat kita lihat perbedaan antara jaringan 2,4 GHz dengan 5 GHz, di mana di 2,4 GHz itu mempunyai kecepatan yang lebih lambat, sedangkan di 5 GHz mempunyai kecepatan yang lebih cepat. Pada 2,4 GHz jaraknya lebih panjang, sedangkan 5 GHz jaraknya lebih pendek. Kemudian pada 2,4 GHz more radio interference atau interference radionya lebih banyak atau lebih panjang. Kemudian di 5 GHz less radio interference atau interference radionya lebih pendek. And the last one is example data transfer speed calculation atau contoh perhitungan kecepatan data transfer. Jadi ada satu contoh di sini yang soalnya calculate the speed it will take to transfer a 500 megabyte file over time in 265 second. Hitunglah kecepatan untuk mentransfer file 500 MB atau 500 megabyte dengan waktu 265 detik. Jadi rumus yang kita gunakan di sini adalah menggunakan speed is equal data transferred over duration atau kecepatan sama dengan data yang ditransfer per waktu. Dari soal dapat kita lihat data yang ditransfer itu 500 MB. Namun kita kalikan dengan 8 agar hasilnya dapat menjadi megabyte per second. Jadi setelah kita kalikan dibagi dengan 265 second didapatkan 4000 per 265 sehingga kecepatan akhirnya adalah 15,09 megabyte per second.
Okay, all right. The presentation from Fitri Amalia is now finished. Sudah sangat bagus ya Fitri menyampaikan materi tentang data komunikasi. So, now we enter the question and answer session. Jadi sekarang kita masuk ke sesi tanya jawab. For friends who want to ask are welcome, and for the Netulen, please not. Jadi bagi teman-teman yang ingin bertanya dipersilahkan dan untuk notulen dicatat ya.
My name is Sakina Rahmayani. I have a question for Fitri. The question is, what are the effectiveness of data communication? Thank you.
Oke, Sakina, thank you atas pertanyaannya. Kepada Fitri, jika sudah bisa menjawab, tolong dijawab.
Terima kasih atas pertanyaannya Sakinah. Jadi, your question is what is the effectiveness of data communication? Apa itu efektivitas data komunikasi? Jadi jawaban saya, efektivitas komunikasi itu adalah suatu proses penyampaian pesan yang mampu mencapai tujuan isi pesan dan memberikan umpan balik atau feedback dari reaksi sehingga pesan berhasil tersampaikan dan menciptakan komunikasi yang efektif. Nah, menurut Harjana ada 6 kriteria efektivitas komunikasi. Yang pertama yaitu si penerima komunikasi atau receiver. Yang kedua isi pesan atau konten. Yang ketiga ketepatan waktu atau timing. Yang keempat saluran atau media. Yang kelima format pengemasan. Dan yang terakhir adalah sumber atau source. Itu jawaban dari saya. Apakah Sakina dapat menerimanya?
Baiklah, saya dapat menerima jawaban dari Fitri. Thank you, Fitri.
Baik, bagi teman-teman, jika ada yang ingin bertanya, dikarenakan waktu sudah habis, jika ada yang ingin bertanya lagi, tolong disampaikan ke LMS, dan untuk notulen dipersilakan untuk memberikan kesimpulan dari presentasi dari Fitri.
Baik, terima kasih. Perkenalkan, nama saya Lavinia Puspa Anggreni. Sebagai notulen, saya akan menyampaikan hasil presentasi. Topik presentasi kita adalah data communication yang dipresentasikan oleh Fitri Amalia. Waktu yang dipakai Fitri Amalia untuk mempresentasikan adalah 7 menit dari pukul 12:04 sampai 12:11. Moderator presentasi ini adalah Husnul Khotimah dan jumlah audiens ada 19 orang. Presentasi diawali dari pembukaan oleh moderator, presentasi materi oleh Fitri, tanya jawab oleh partisipan dan presenter, dan penutup dari moderator. The subject matter discussed in this presentation is 1. The use of digital data communication. 2. Send data in series or parallel. 3. Technology wire and wireless data transmission. 4. Technology for digital and parallel data transmission. 5. Technology of internet. And 6. Example data transfer speed calculation. Pada presentasi ini ada satu pertanyaan yang ditanyakan oleh Sakina. The question is, what are the effectiveness of data communication? Dan jawabannya sudah disampaikan oleh Fitri. Itu adalah kesimpulan presentasi hari ini. Terima kasih. Saya kembalikan ke moderator.
Oke, baik. Terima kasih untuk Laven sebagai notulen sudah memberikan kesimpulan yang bagus. Juga karena waktu sudah habis ya, mari kita tutup presentasi ini. Terima kasih kepada Fitri, terima kasih kepada Sir and my friend. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning and greeting for all of us. The Honorable Mr. Al-Kafi Mas Siregar as a lecturer in the Information Technology and Data Literacy course and all fellow students. Previously, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Lavinia Puspa Anggreni as a moderator and Leonie Sonata Tampubolon as a note taker and Husnul Khotimah as a presenter. As for the topic of this presentation is browser and search engine. The series of presentation this time is a presentation from Husnul Khotimah. Followed by a question and answer session, and the last is conclusion by Leonie. For Husnul Khotimah, please take your time and place.
Okay, good day, sir and my friend. I want to presentation about browser and search engine. Tugas rutin 4. My name is Husnul Khotimah. And first, understanding and types of browser. Reporting from the Encyclopedia Britannica, a browser is software that allows computer users to find and view information on the internet. Browsers allow internet users to get all the information on the World Wide Web, or WWW. The type of browser is Google Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Netscape Navigator, Maxton Browser, iCap, Flock, and UC Browser. Next, this is example of Google Chrome search fluid. And this is example of Opera Search Fluid. This is example of Microsoft Edge Search Fluid. And this is example of Internet Explorer Search Fluida. And this is example of Mozilla Firefox Search Fluid. Teman-teman dapat lihat. Kemudian, next, how search engines work. Bagaimana mesin pencari bekerja. Search engines can differ from each other in the way they provide answer to users, but they are all built on the three basic principles. These principles are crawling, indexing, and ranking. The first, crawl. At this stage, search engines explore trillions of pages and documents on the World Wide Web. Crawlers the World Wide Web by searching all the links in one website to another page or to another website, and the data is entered into the DAX. Next, index. This index is a giant list of all the web pages and content found by both documents and pages that have been searched for in the crawling process will be entered into the list of search engine database. And the last, ranking. Its work is related to the way search engines read our website. In browsing data scattered on the internet and reading our website, search engine can understand what content is contained or on our website page through hypertext markup language code. Next, feature comparison of Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Internet Explorer. On table 1, security and privacy. On block third-party cookie trackers by default, block crypto mining script, and block social tracker, nothing on Google Chrome. And block crypto mining script and block social tracker, nothing on Internet Explorer. Next, table 2, utility. Auto playback blocking, nothing on Google Chrome and Internet Explorer. Spelling text, nothing on Google Chrome. Next, table 3, portability. OS availability, nothing on Internet Explorer. Mobile OS availability, nothing on Internet Explorer. Change which ponsel, nothing on Internet Explorer. And master password, nothing on Google Chrome and Internet Explorer. And next, example of advanced searching techniques to get information. Yang pertama, the first, using the right keyword. So this is example search fluid system. You can search fluid system on Google on ini browser, and then seperti ini. Next, press searching. You can example search fluids. Dia akan muncul seperti ini. Next, Boolean logic. Example search, fluid system, and fluid process. So you can add word and. The fourth, nest searches. Example search, fluid, not gas or liquid, and nature. Like this. And the last, truncation. Example search, fluid. You can add star on fluid like this. Oke, sekian dari saya. Saya kembalikan kepada moderator.
Okay, thank you, Husnul, for the presentation. So now we enter to question and answer session. Untuk teman-teman yang ingin bertanya, waktu dan tempat dipersilahkan. Untuk notulen silahkan dicatat. Apakah teman-teman ada yang mau bertanya?
I have a question for Husnul. The question is, what's the trick so that when we look for info in search engine, we find it immediately? Thank you.
Terima kasih untuk Sakina atas pertanyaannya. Kepada Husnul, silahkan dijawab.
Okay, I will try answer the Sakia's questions. Pertanyaannya tadi, what the trick is that when we look for info on search engine, we find it immediately? The trick is 1. Use an asterisk star to search for words or phrases you don't remember. Second, using the word site to search for a word on a website. 3. How to find similar websites. 4. Search for the right phrase using quotes. 5. Exclude certain keywords using dashes garis penghubung. Jadi kita bisa menggunakan dengan garis penghubung. 6. Find links to specific websites with link your website there.com. Like this. 7. How to search for the right image on Google. 8. Use the word or when unsure about a phrase. 9. Search for specific words in the title or URL, using in title and in URL. And the last, filter search results using the search tools bar in Google. Bagaimana dengan Sakina? Can you accept my answer?
Okay, Husnul, I can accept your answer. Thank you.
Apa teman-teman masih ada yang mau bertanya?
You should open your mic first. Dibuka mic-nya dulu, Venia.
Baik, karena sesi tanya jawab waktunya sudah habis, kita sudah melakukan sesi tanya jawab. Sekarang silahkan untuk notulen untuk menyampaikan hasil presentasi hari ini.
Baik, dari hasil presentasi mengenai browser dan mesin pencari dari yang disampaikan Husnul, presentasi yang disampaikan sudah sangat baik. Jadi yang saya simpulkan adalah browser adalah perangkat lunak yang memungkinkan pengguna komputer untuk mencari dan melihat informasi di internet. Ada beberapa jenis browser yaitu Google Chrome, Opera, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Netscape Navigator, Maxton Browser, Escape, Flock, and UC Browser. Mesin pencari dapat berbeda satu sama lain dalam cara mereka memberikan jawaban kepada pengguna, tetapi semuanya dibangun atas 3 prinsip, yaitu crawling, indexing, dan ranking. Dan juga tadi Sakina memberikan pertanyaan kepada Husnul tentang bagaimana trik agar ketika kita mencari info di mesin pencari, apa yang kita cari itu bisa langsung didapatkan. Dan pertanyaan tersebut bisa dijawab dengan baik oleh Husnul. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih untuk notulen yang sudah memberikan kesimpulan yang bagus. Karena kita sudah melakukan semua sesi presentasi hari ini, saya tutup presentasinya. Terima kasih dan selamat pagi.
Okay, the next presentation by Lavenia. So, Lavenia is a fun time where we welcome.
Okay, thank you. My name is Lavenia Puspa Anggreni. The topic I will present is storage technology. Question number 1 is explain the types of storage media that are known in today's computer system. 1. Magnetic storage. Magnetic storage is a storage medium that is included in the secondary storage that is widely used in modern computer systems. Kind of media for magnetic disk is 1. Floppy disk, 2. Hard disk, 3. Flash disk, 4. Memory card, and 5. Zip drive. 2. Optical storage. Optical storage is a medium that stores computer data that can be written to and read using a low-power laser. Kind of media from optical disk is 1. CD, 2. CD-ROM, 3. CD-ROM, 4. CD read and write, 5. DVD. 3. Cloud storage. Cloud storage is a medium that is still relatively new. This media is online and does not use memory data capacity on the device because they use storage on the internet. Kind of media from cloud disk is 1. OneDrive, 2. Google Drive, 3. Dropbox, 4. Mediafire. Question number 3. Explain in full and clearly the difference between a hard disk drive and solid state drive. The difference in the component, hard disk drive a mechanical part consisting of a platter, arm, and a motor that is connected directly to the disk. And the solid-state drive, the main component, consists of integrated circuit, chip, and capacitor. The different way of working, hard disk drive combine mechanical and electrical system to process data. The disk will be rotated by a motor and the end of the arm using electronic component. Solid-state drive only rely on the electrical system, so there is not single part that move during the process of writing or reading data. The difference in speed of reading or writing data in the speed of the hard drive is 8 times slower than the solid-state drive. The difference in its weight, considering the component on the hard drive are moving component, the size is much larger, as is the weight. The current solid-state drive size has been reduced to only 2.5 inches. The difference in fragmentation. To recover slow hard disk performance, it is necessary to do what is called defragmentation. The solid-state drive, which will not experience fragmentation because the storage already use a flash chip. The difference in possible effect, the use of hard drive usually cause noise and the result of the performance of mechanical system in hard disk drive component. The solid-state drive, the sound is smooth and quiet. The difference in price, hard disk drive have a cheap price tag than solid-state drive. Question number 3, identify the advantage and the disadvantage of cloud storage compared to hard drive. Cloud advantage is 1. Not taking place. 2. Relatively safer. 3. Accessible anywhere. The deficiency is 1. Must be connected to the internet. 2. Site maintenance. And hard drive access is 1. Can be used to store almost any type of data. 2. Large capacity. 3. The price is cheap. The disadvantage of hard drive is 1. Consumes a lot of electrical power than other components. 2. And any that can be moved around. 3. Mechanical function may affect data integrity and cause data to be lost. Question number 4. Identify cold storage service provider, the advantage and disadvantage, and the amount of storage that can be utilized from the cold storage service in question. The example I choose is Google Drive. The advantage of Google Drive is 1. Sufficient amount of storage memory is 15 GB. 2. Can store various data. 3. Can share file. 4. Secure data. The disadvantage of Google Drive is 1. Highly dependent on the internet network. 2. Data backup on PC is still not optimal. The cost of Google Drive is if 15 GB is free. For 100 GB, we pay 26,800 rupiah per month. For 200 GB, we pay 43,000 rupiah per month. For 2 TB, we pay 135,000 rupiah per month. That is a presentation for me.
Okay, the presentation from Lavenia. Anyone have a question? We welcome.
I want to ask, my name is Yenji Betalia Sonata Lampu Bolon. in this magnetic storage has 5 media, one of which is hard disk. So, how to defragment a computer hard drive in bahasa magnetic storage memiliki 5 media, salah satunya adalah hard disk. Jadi, bagaimana cara defragment hard disk komputer? Thank you.
Oke, terima kasih. Pertanyaan dari Yengji, kami persilahkan kepada Lavenia untuk menjawab.
Baik, saya akan menjawab pertanyaan dari Yengji. Cara untuk defragment hard disk. Yang pertama, klik tombol start pada menu. Kedua, kemudian ketik disk defragment pada kolom pencarian. Yang ketiga, pilih disk yang ingin dipilih dan pilih menu defragment disk. Yang keempat, lalu tunggu sampai proses selesai. Yang kelima, restart komputer atau laptop untuk memaksimalkan hasilnya. Apakah jawabannya dapat diterima, Yengji?
Oke, thank you for your answer, Lavenia. Jawabannya sangat membantu. Terima kasih.
Oke, yang lain jika masih ingin bertanya, kami persilahkan.
I want to ask to Lavenia. My question is how to solve if the hard drive is slow. In bahasa, bagaimana cara mengatasi jika hard drive itu lemot? Terima kasih.
Oke, terima kasih untuk jawabannya, untuk pertanyaannya Ezra. Saya mempunyai 3 cara. Yang pertama adalah jalankan disk defragment. Fungsi dari disk defragment ini untuk merapikan atau meratakan kembali data yang terpencar dalam track, dirapikan sesuai fungsinya. Lakukan fungsi defragment ini minimal 1 bulan sekali agar semua data tertata rapi dan lebih mudah diakses. Cara kedua adalah perhatikan suhu hard disk. Jika suhu terlalu panas, itu menyebabkan lemot pada hard disk dalam merespon data karena kecepatan dalam merespon data berkurang. Untuk itu, harus membersihkan sirkulasi udara dalam CPU secara rutin. Yang ketiga adalah perhatikan kapasitas hard disk. Penyebab lain adalah kapasitas di dalam hard disk sudah penuh. Itu membuat kinerja hard disk tidak berjalan sepenuhnya. Cara yang dapat dilakukan untuk mengatasinya adalah dengan menghapus aplikasi yang tidak diperlukan untuk pekerjaan Anda dan mengupgrade penyimpanan ke yang lebih tinggi. Apakah jawabannya dapat dimengerti, Ezra?
Terima kasih atas jawabannya, Lavenia. Saya dapat mengerti.
Baik, karena waktu sesi tanya jawab sudah habis, jadi kita sampaikan kepada Notulen untuk menyampaikan kesimpulan dari presentasi.
Baiklah, saya akan menyampaikan kesimpulan dari presentasi. Presentasi yang disampaikan oleh Lavenia Marfaung sudah sangat bagus dan waktu menyampaikannya ada 5 menit. Jumlah partisipan yang hadir itu ada 19 orang. Dan ada, jadi kesimpulannya yaitu yang pertama ada type of stored media that are known in computer system. Ada 3 tipe dari stored media. Pertama, magnetic storage, kedua optical storage, ketiga cloud storage. The second is different hard disk drive and solid state drive. The third is advantage and disadvantage of cloud storage and hard drives. And the last is identify cloud storage service provider, the advantage and disadvantages, and the amount storage that can be utilized from the cloud storage service in question. And there are 2 questions that give the friends. The first is bagaimana cara mengatasi hard drive yang lola. Yang kedua itu ada cara fragment hard drive dari Ezra dan Yenji. I think that's all about my conclusion about this presentation. Dan saya kembalikan kepada moderator.
Terima kasih kepada Notulen yang sudah menyampaikan hasil kesimpulan, dan terima kasih juga kepada Lavenia sudah menyampaikan presentasi dengan sangat baik. Oke, sekian dari presentasi mengenai storage technology. Saya ucapkan terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir, and also my friend. Okay, next presentation is from Yoni Widya Sonata Tampubolon, with the topic is about data processing. So I am Mutia Damayanti, will be as a moderator, and Deborah Milda as a notulen. For Yoni, I invite you to make a presentation.
Okay, good morning. Okay, good day for everyone. Now I want to present about routine text 6 about data processing. Next. Okay, explanation of the 6 type data. The first is integer. Integers are used to display number without decimal place. Examples such as 123 and 85,723 or 5. You can also use it for number that are minute as long the number doesn't contain decimal, such as minus 19 or minus 2362. Number 2 is floating point number. This type returns a number that contains decimal. Examples are 3.15, 7.5, or minus 5.6. Floating point consists of two types, namely float and double. 3. Character. Character is a data type that allows to store character information. The types of character also vary, ranging from letters and number to special characters such as punctuation marks. 4. String. String can be used to store a set of characters. Next slide. 5 is Boolean. The type is the simple form because its function is only to state whether a value is true 1, or false 0. 6. Array. An array is a data type that contains a set of variables of the same type. So, if you see a set of data that is of different type, it's not an array. Next, explanation of diagram above. Number 1 is collecting. The data collection process is the first step to providing the required data. This initial process is the most difficult process. The process of collecting data can be done in various ways, either through primary or secondary source. In addition to collecting data, at this stage, there is also a process of identifying data source and what the test will be used. 2. Preparation. The data determined state is part of the data processing, which sort and filters the data that will actually be used as input. At this stage, extra data that cannot be used or cannot be further processed will be deleted so that the data processing process is faster and better. This stage is also known as the data cleaning or repair stage. 3. Input. Get a modern PowerPoint presentation that is beautifully designed. The input stage is the state of entering data into the computer. The process of entering this data can be done with an input device such as a mouse, keyboard, microphone, or a device that converts analog data into digital data, such as a scanner. At this stage, validation of the input can be done whether the input entered is valid or not. 4. Processing. The processing stage is the operation or processing of the data. This operation can be in the form of calculation, interpretation, or change to information. Processed information can be in the form of newly entered information previously stored in storage. After this state, the information can be stored for storage or issued as output. Next, output. Display the processing result information. The output can be a display on a monitor, a printer, printout, or sound on a loudspeaker. And the last is storage. Storage of data, programs, or process output so that they can be used at another time. Data storage is divided into, namely, primary storage, which can only be accessed when the computer is on, such as RAM, and secondary storage where data is still stored in it even though the computer is off, such as a hard disk. Okay, next explanation from an example of the file as a result of data processing. Number one is plain text file. Plain text file are files that contain zero formatting, or unlike RTV files, meaning nothing is bold, italicized, underlined, colored, using special font in it. In a simple form of plain text allows user to change the way numbers appear by applying formatting to them with format code. Some example of plain text file formula include those ending is XML, reg, bet, pls, m3u, m3u8, srt, ies, air, stb, x, spvf, diz, sfm, dim, and torrent. 2. Table or spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is a computer program used to store, display, and process data in the form of rows and columns. The form or format of the spreadsheet itself is practically similar to Microsoft Excel, in that it is composite of columns and rows. Example of spreadsheet application is Microsoft Excel, Lotus 123, Abacus, Genome Office, Genumeric, OpenFice, Calc, Google Spreadsheet, Keyspread, and Starcall. Three, cards and graph. Graphs and cards are visual that show relationship between data and are intended to display the data in a way that is easy to understand and remember. Example of graph is bar graph. 4, maps, vector, or image file. A vector map is a database of polygons, lines, and points which make up all the features on the map. Vector data is not made up of a grid of pixels. Vector files are images that are built by mathematical formula that establish points on a grid. Example of vector file is PDF and SVG. Example of image file is JPG, PNG, and GIF. The last is number 5, other format or RAW files. RAW file is the most common file format for uncompressed image captured by digital cameras and scanners. RAW files are generally large in size because it contains minimally processed image data with lossy quality. Example of RAW file is Adobe DNG, Canon CRW, CR2, CR3, and Fuji RAF and 8. Okay, only this about my presentation. I say thank you.
We have heard the presentation from the presenter. So for the friends are welcome to us and for the students to make a contribution.
want to ask. My question is, how do you create a plain text file? Thank you.
Okay, I want to answer the question from the Ripka. How do you create a plain text file? So, Microsoft provides a way of creating a new blank text file using the right-click menu in File Explorer. Open File Explorer and navigate to the folder where you want to create the text file. Right-click in the folder and go to New and Text Document. The text file is given a default name and text document. So, Gia, can you accept my answer?
Saya dapat mengerti dan menerimanya. Terima kasih, Lian.
Anyone wants to ask again for all of friends? There is no to ask again. So for Deborah, please give the conclusion about this presentation.
Okay, the data that I have recorded as a note, namely, first, the time used for presentation by the presentant is 8 minutes. 2. In the question and answer, questions are assessed by Ripka Kezia. And the last result of the discussion of the presented material I can conclude is that 6 types data are integer, floating point number, character, string, boolean, and array. Hanya itu saja, saya kembalikan kepada moderator.
Thank you for Deborah that give as Notulen that gave the conclusion. So I think this time has been enough. So I would like to thank you for all of taking time to listen the presentation. I hope this presentation has given us new insight on the data processing. And thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good day, sir and my friend. I'm Deborah Milda as moderator and Emeninta as Notulen and Mutia Damayanti as the presenter. For Mutia, please take your time and place.
Diam lah. Okay, I will presentation about critical book report 1. Chapter 1, Preliminary. Wireless networking is a discipline that deals with communication between computer systems without using cables. This wireless networking is often used for computer networks both at short distances, a few meters using a Bluetooth device or transmitter, or at long distances, or via satellite. And chapter 2 is the first is main book. Identity of main book. The first book title Basic Network. Author name Supriyanto. Year of publication 2013. City of publication Jakarta. Publisher Catalog in Issue or KDT. Book thickness 3027 page. Basic network. Data transfer is the main job. The data transferred. B is the amount of data transferred, either transfers or incoming transfer or outgoing transfer via a connection type within a certain period of time. Direct admin is an easy-to-use program that is easy to use for configure and manage your internet suite control panel. It works same as cPanel, used as control panel on OneWeb.com. The first is PAN. Personal Area Network or PAN is a network computer used for communication between device computers or including telephone and personal digital assistants close at hand from the one person. Device may or may not belong to the person. Range of PAN usually a few meters. PAN can be used for communication between devices their own personal or to connect to higher level and the internet network. Personal area wired network possible with wired network possible with computer bus like USB and FireWire. The second is LAN. The working principle of LAN or local area network can be defined as a network of a number of computer systems whose location is limited in one building. A building complex or a campus and doesn't use public communication facilities such as telephones, but the owner and the manager of the communication media is the owner. LAN it is itself for the above definition, we can know that LAN is limited by physical location. That's between the advantages and disadvantages LAN network tools for the building a LAN network. The first is router. Router is the heart of a network. Router is working to connect one network to another. The second switch. The switch serves to connect its computer on a LAN network. The third, Ethernet card. An Ethernet card is a adapter for plugging in an Ethernet cable so that the computer can be connected to the network. The fourth is Ethernet cable. That is a cable used to connect a computer to a router, or it could be one computer with another computer. And the last is modem. If you want to connect your network to the internet, then you also have to buy a modem. The second is comparison book. Identity of comparison book. Book title Basics of Computer Networking. Author name Andi Mikro. Year of publication 2012. City of publication Jakarta. Publisher Erlangga. Book thickness 43 pages. Network equipment. A computer network is a collection of interconnected equipment or computer connected to share resources. Common lightweight network equipment used are as follows. The first is modem. Modem comes from the abbreviation modular, the modulator. Modulator is the part that converts the information signal into a carrier signal and ready to be shipped, while the demodulator is the part which separates the information signals from the received carrier signal so that the information can be received properly. Modem is a combination of the two, meaning that The modem is a device two-way communication. The second is ADSL modem. ADSL or asymmetric digital subscribe line technology modem allows surveying the internet and using analog phone simultaneously. The method is very easy. ADSL is provided with a tool called a splitter or line divider. Splitter position is placed in front when the telephone line comes in. This means that you may not branch the modem line for ADSL with voice directly. The third is Ethernet or LAN port. There is also an ADSL modem which is blended with the wireless feature so that it can distribute connection to wireless device or to direct laptop. ADSL connection to Clear OS can use external static type and external dynamic. For external static and dynamic, user and password are entered in the router modem. The fourth is wiring. Cable media used in computer networks vary. The first coaxial cable, second twisted pair cable, the third is fiber optic cable, and the last is twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cable, there are three types of twisted pair cable, namely, the first is UTP or unshielded twisted pair. UTP cable is a twisted pair cable without any other protective foil. Other shielding cable is generally used for indoor installation and heavy data traffic not sensitive. The second is FTP or foiled twisted pair. FTP cable use aluminum foil to protect the other layer to reduce electromagnetic interference from outside. The third is STP. STP cable use a layer of aluminum foil to protect its pair of cables inside. And chapter 3 is discussion. There is advantages and disadvantages of book. Main book advantages, the first explanation between chapters closely related to next chapter. Even though advantages of comparison book, discussion between very chapter related to one each one, but book explanation also clear and many short explanation of a number of device. And disadvantages of main book, the first introduction to the chapter next bit gap make readers may be a bit difficult to understand the relationship between chapters. And the disadvantages of comparison books, the first almost no weakness between chapter by chapter explanation of chapter to chapter is other related, however still not enough complete about content which is desired. And chapter 4 is closing. There is conclusion and recommendation. Conclusion is both of these books have their advantages and disadvantages. There is some material in book 1 that is in book 2 and vice versa. The first book has a more detailed and complete explanation of the material compared to second book, and the second book uses more communicative language than the first book. From these two statements, we can see that if we use both these books together, these two books complement each other. And recommendation, if we want to use one of these books, these two books use the second book as a reference. Even if the language used is lacking communicative, but this book has many advantages. In the study, it has fairly complete material regarding the material being studied, accompanied by many pictures in each subchapter, and the writing or device data is explained in detail. I think that's all about my presentation. Saya silakan kembali kepada moderator.
Thank you for your presentation, Mutia. Now, question and answer session. Buat teman-teman yang mempunyai pertanyaan, kami persilahkan.
I have question. My question is, what are the difference between UTP, FTP, and STP cables? Thank you.
Thank you for the answer, Ripka. Berikan waktu kepada Mutia untuk menjawabnya.
I want to ask the question from Ripka Kezia. The difference of UTP, STP, and FTP. The first is UTP or unshielded twice pair used as a LAN network cable or local area network on a computer network system. Even though STP shielded twice pair is used in some electronic equipment to connect between the sender and the receiver in order to exchange data. And FTP or foiled with wire is used as a link to the LAN network. And UTP is more suitable for indoor use and outdoor STP. UTP diameter is smaller than STP. Apakah Ripka bisa menerima jawaban dari saya?
Saya dapat menerima jawaban dari Mutia. Makasih, Muti.
Terima kasih atas jawabannya, Mutia. Apakah masih ada teman-teman sekalian yang ingin bertanya? Kalian persilahkan. Jikalau tidak ada yang ingin bertanya lagi, kepada notulen saya persilakan untuk menyampaikan kesimpulannya.
Terima kasih atas tempat dan waktu yang dipersilahkan, Deborah. Jadi, the data that I have recorded as a note there are, first, the time used for presentation by the presenter is 8 minutes from the 13:06 sampai 13:14. Kemudian nomor 2, the number of participation who joined is 20 people with Mr. Al-Kafi Masregar, MSE, and Mr. Ilham Ramadhani. And third, in the question and answer session, questions are attached by Ripka, and the question already answered by Mutia clearly. And the fourth, the last result of the discussion of the presenter matter, I can conclude from the result of Mutia's critical book review about wireless networking, expecting that deals with communication between computer systems without using cables. This wireless network is often used for computer network, but at short distance, like a few meters, using via Bluetooth device transmitter, or at long distance, like via satellite. We must know that no book is perfect. For example, the two books are compared by Mutia. The first book has a more detailed and complete explanation of the material, and the second book uses a more communication language than the first book. But if you use both of the books together, these two books complement each other. So in conclusion, in looking for information, do not focus on one book, but we must look other
source of accurate information for other sources as well as comparison and add reference. I think that's all my conclusion. Saya kembalikan lagi kepada moderator.
Thank you, Emaninta. Because we have finished the presentation session, I will end the presentation. Thank you for your attendance.
Thank you for all of you that have been your presentation. Catatan saja kalau dari saya. If you want to use English to present, you should have know how to pronounce it true, or better, the pronunciation is true. Tadi ada yang bilang Microsoft di awal tuh Deborah ya. Kesalahan pembacaan Microsoft itu tentang, saya kurang ingat tuh apa tadi dibacanya. You can also use Google Terjemahan di sisi bagian kiri bawahnya itu ada itu bacaan speakernya itu. Jadi bisa di play kalau kalian buat di situ Microsoft, itu bisa Microsoft di play-nya gitu. Jadi if you have difficulties in English, especially for khususnya untuk istilah-istilah ya, istilah-istilah dalam sistem informasi itu dia jelas harus dipronunciation-kan dengan baik. Microsoft, shielded, twisted pair, STP tadi, seperti itu. Kemudian catatan saya tadi ada yang di presentase Fitri Amalia. Dia presentase tentang USB, Universal Serial Bus, tapi gambarnya itu serial port. Coba nanti dicek lagi, kalau memang bisa direvisi, silakan direvisi Fitri, karena itu tadi cukup terlihat ya. Dia waktu di slide 5 atau 6 itu ya Fitri. Nah, itu boleh nanti dicek lagi. Kemudian selebihnya sudah cukup baik, cuman tambahan tadi cloud storage kalau yang free, saya pernah punya pengalaman, itu boleh ditambahkan. Jadi ketika kita melanggar syarat dan ketentuan berlaku, itu biasanya data kita langsung diblok sama mereka. Contoh misalnya kalian, kalau saya kejadian kemarin ketika download software ya, software biasanya langsung di-download dulu ke Google Drive, itu baru kita download ke sistem kita, ke hard drive kita gitu. Jadi ternyata terdeteksi counterfeit, itu artinya melanggar apa? Bahasanya itu tidak apa namanya ya, tidak sesuai dengan yang ketentuan mereka gitu. Oke, itu kalau saya tambahan dari saya itu, Sir Akafi.
Okay, that's all. There's the note from Ilham, and then I think that it is good for the first time that you presented something, okay, but I think that is good if you use the suggestion from Pak Ilham to make a better presentation on the next weeks. Okay, that's all I think for this afternoon, and maybe you have another course. Okay, before we close this meeting for this day, I hope we can take a picture from you, and then you may open your camera. Okay.
Your camera also, sir.